Yo, what's good, family? Welcome into another episode of Tax-Free Living, where I teach entrepreneurs just like you how to live tax-free. Today, we have a really controversial episode. And I thought twice about even speaking on this, but I think it's so important, especially being that this is the Melanin Money channel. I want to address this because I want to make everybody aware, and I want to also give you a solution to this problem, okay? So today's episode, we're going to talk about, does being black make you an IRS target? Before we get into today's episode, guys, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this with somebody, especially this episode, because I'm going to talk about the current event, but I'm also talking about how us as black people can fix this from happening to us in the future and have a resolution to this actual problem. My research assistant came across an article and sent it to me, and it's an article from the New York Times, right? It's an article from the New York Times, and the article states that Black Americans are much more likely to face audits than any other race. Matter of fact, Black people are 3 to 5 times more likely for an audit than any other race. That is absolutely crazy. We're a minority that doesn't attribute a mass percentage to the American wealth, yet we are 3 to 5 times more likely to get our tax returns audited so the government can get more money from us. That's crazy. All right, let's break this down, y'all. Let's break this down. So, article said that Black taxpayers are 3 to 5 times more likely to get audited by the IRS. Even after accounting for differences in types of tax returns and groups, Black people are still most likely to be audited in the national tax system. The findings do not suggest bias from individual tax enforcement agents. So what they're saying is the IRS agents aren't racist or aren't pulling these returns. So they're saying that there's no bias from the IRS tax agents because they can't confirm the color of somebody's skin. They also don't suggest any valid reason for IRS to target Black Americans at such high rates. There is no evidence that this demographic of people engage in more tax evasions than others. So what they're saying is like, there's no reason for this to happen, right? There's no proof that Black people are engaged in more tax evasions, yet they're 3 to 5 more times more likely for audits. So like, why is this happening? So then the IRS combats and says, what they found is that the discrimination is not from IRS taxpayers, but they're saying that this discrimination is from the computer algorithm, which tends to select more Black people for audits because there are certain aspects of a tax return that flags audits more than others, and African American people tend to have these tax documents or tax situations or their tax returns more than others. So let me break this down because it's a lot going on here, and I want to make sure you fully get it, and then I want to make sure I give you my opinion on what I think is happening and how we fix it. What the IRS came back and says, hey, it's not our IRS agents that are doing that. It's our computer system that is automatically flagging these returns. And why our computer system is automatically flagging these returns is because these returns have certain aspects on them that make them a higher quality for audit risk. And these things are the following. So they're saying that the IRS computer system is flagging returns that have high child tax credits and high earned income credits while also having no business income. So the IRS is saying that, hey, if your return has a high child tax credit, meaning you have like, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids, the system is gonna flag it. I gotta agree, it makes sense, right? Because they wanna make sure that people aren't over utilizing the child tax credit. And what I will say about my people is that we tend to try to overcompensate when it comes to the child tax credit. I'm not gonna lie, like I had my parents fighting over me, who's going to claim me. Like was it my mom, my dad, did my auntie get me this year? So that's how my childhood was. I know a lot of friends right now who are in situations where they're arguing with their spouse or the mother of their child or the father of their child who's gonna claim the child. And then what happens, neither one of them gets it. One of their parents claims the child without telling them. So now you got 2 people trying to claim the same child, and that's gonna flag an audit. So the IRS is saying, hey, if you have a lot of children in a high child tax credit, the computer system is gonna flag an audit. And I believe that our people do try to overcompensate when it comes to the child tax credit. So the second thing is earned income credit. So the earned income credit, this is big. It's a refundable credit, meaning that if you pay no money into the tax system, you can still get money back using this earned income credit. So the earned income credit is for low income individuals who are living in America, and the more children you have, the higher earned income credit. So you can still get the earned income credit, which is a refundable credit, meaning you get that money back as a refund. You can still claim the earned income credit with no children. But the more children you have, the higher the earned income credit is. So the people that have a lot of children, these same people are gonna, by default, have a high earned income credit, because the more children you have, the higher the earned income credit. So by having children and having low income, you're automatically setting yourself up for an audit. And unfortunately, what we know about our people is a lot of our people are in low income, low housing neighborhoods, and they tend to have children, right? That was my situation. So the computer system is automatically flagging them. The third thing was business income. We go get there. So what the IRS is telling me is that you're setting up your computer algorithm to automatically flag minorities, because you know that minorities are gonna have a lot of kids, and you know that minorities are gonna be in low income areas. So you're setting up your computer system to automatically flag us. And I get them saying that it's not a person doing it, but does it matter if it's a person or a computer system? It's still happening. It's still happening, right? So the last part was no business income. If you don't have any business income, in the IRS eyes, you have an easy return. The IRS doesn't want to send auditors to do audits on people's tax returns who's complicated, because it's going to cost them more in bandwidth, more in personnel, more in hours. So that's why when you have an S corporation, you're 1,500% less likely to get audited. Why? Because if you're smart enough to have an S corp, that probably means you're smart enough to have a bookkeeper. That also probably means you're smart enough to have an accountant, because the accountant probably told you to file for the S election in the first place, which means you probably have your stuff together. But if you have no business income, your tax return is going to be easy. So if they audit you, it's going to be an easy audit. With all that being said, that is why the IRS is flagging Black people more. So now that we know the situation, what can we do, right? What can we do to fix this? Number one, when it comes to the child tax credit, do not overdo it. If they're your legitimate children, fine. But don't try to take somebody else's kid who you're not actually substantially providing housing and support for. Take what you deserve, but don't take more, right? So don't be greedy when it comes to the child tax credit. Number two, don't be greedy when it comes to the earned income credit. And I know when I was doing taxes back in the day, and I was doing it for friends and family, their number one thing is, how can you give me the most money? Hey man, like manipulate the numbers to make my earned income credit the most. Like, no. Do not do that. Take the earned income credit that you deserve, but nothing more. Now, here's the last thing, and probably the most important thing that we can do as Black people to decrease our chance of audits. They mentioned that if you don't have any business income, then that makes you an easier target for audit. So what does that mean? That means my people, we need to start businesses more. If you have a business, especially a legitimate business, especially an S corp, right? Which all that means is your business needs to make more than $40,000 in net income. If we start businesses and scale businesses the right way, we can substantially increase our income, one, which won't make us need the child tax credit as much, which won't make us need the earned income credit as much. We can substantially increase our income and substantially decrease our taxes, while also substantially decreasing our audit risk. So this is why I preach entrepreneurship. This is why I preach starting a business, because the proper business will help you make more money, save on taxes, and decrease your audit risk at the same time. So is it right that we're audited 3 to 5 times more likely than others? No, but when has America ever did us right in the first place? This is nothing new. My opinion and my thought process is, let's put ourselves in the best position to win. That's all we can do. Let's put ourselves in the best position to win. Let's learn the tax game so that we can win the tax game. Let's get information that can change our situations. Let's have conversations that can change our compensation. And if we do this, we'll put ourselves in the best place to not only avoid audits, but win audits if we ever have them. So that's my opinion, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know your thoughts below. What you thought about this article, what you thought about this topic, and I'll see you all next time. Hopefully with a more light topic. Let's just say that. Bye, y'all. See y'all next time. Peace.